The night the storm rolled in over Route 17, the Iron Wolves biker gang thought they'd seen it all, until the door swung open and a soaked, trembling pregnant woman stumbled inside. She looked like trouble, the kind that even men in leather jackets and tattoos didn't mess with. But what she said next froze every man in the bar. "Please, someone help me. They're after me." The Iron Wolves weren't exactly known for charity. Their leader, Hank "Bear" Dalton, was a grizzled Marine veteran with scars that told 100 stories. To most of the world, Bear was a man to fear. But to those who knew him, he was a man who'd seen too much war, too much loss, and carried it quietly behind his calm blue eyes. When the young woman entered, drenched, pale, clutching her belly, even Bear stood still. The jukebox went silent. "What's your name, sweetheart?" he asked, his voice low and steady. "Emily," she whispered. I think my baby's coming. But they can't find me. Please don't call the cops." The men exchanged wary looks. "They?" Bear asked. Emily hesitated. "My husband's people. He's rich, powerful, and dangerous. I ran because he said he'd take my baby away." The room tensed. Hank rubbed his jaw, then motioned to the back room. "Get her a blanket, hot drink, and Doc on the phone," he ordered. Doc wasn't a real doctor, just a retired army medic who patched up more bullet wounds than anyone cared to count. But when he saw Emily, his hands turned gentle, his gruff tone soft. "Contractions are close," he muttered. "She's gonna need a hospital soon." Bear shook his head. "Not yet. She's scared. Let's keep her safe first." Hours passed. The storm outside turned the roads into rivers. The bikers took turns bringing blankets and heating soup. Emily's fear began to ease, and for the first time in months she smiled, faintly, but it was there. Bear sat beside her, his leather jacket draped over her shoulders. "You trust me, Emily?" he asked. She nodded. "I don't have anyone else to trust." That's when a loud engine roared outside. Headlights cut through the rain. A black SUV stopped in front of the bar. The men reached for their jackets, and the steel hidden beneath. Bear's voice was calm, commanding. "No one fires unless I say." The door opened again. A man in a tailored coat entered, flanked by 2 bodyguards. His eyes locked on Emily. "Come home, Emily," he said coldly. "You've embarrassed me enough." Emily clutched her belly. "You can't have him," she cried. "You'll hurt him like you've hurt me." The man sneered. "You think these thugs will protect you?" Bear stood. "You're damn right we will." The room seemed to shrink around them. The air crackled with tension. "You don't know who I am," the man warned. Bear stepped closer. "No, but I know what a coward looks like when he hides behind lawyers and money." For a long moment, the man hesitated. Then, seeing the silent wall of bikers behind Bear, every one of them armed, loyal, and unflinching, he realized something. This wasn't a fight he could win. He turned, muttering a curse, and left into the storm. Minutes later, Emily screamed. Her water broke. "Doc! Now!" Bear shouted. What followed was chaos and prayer. The power flickered. The wind howled. But inside that grimy bar, under the neon light that said cold beer and hot wings, a miracle happened. A baby's cry cut through the storm. Doc smiled. "It's a boy." Tears streamed down Emily's cheeks as Bear gently handed her the newborn. The bikers, hardened men who'd seen battlefields, wiped their eyes and laughed like children. When morning came, the storm had passed. Emily sat at the bar, baby in her arms. "I don't know how to thank you," she said softly. Bear smiled. "You already did. You reminded us who we used to be." 2 weeks later, the police found Emily's husband arrested on charges of fraud and assault, thanks to anonymous evidence mailed to the district attorney. No one ever figured out who sent it. As for Emily, she stayed in town, working at the local diner. Every Sunday, the Iron Wolves came by, not for beer, but for pancakes and baby cuddles. She named her son Hank. And when she told the story years later, How a pregnant woman walked into a biker bar and found a family instead of fear. Everyone listened in silence. Because sometimes, the roughest hearts carry the deepest kindness.